Hey. Hi, everybody. It's Christy with Sizzle. It's Monday night, our new time and day. And I have Miss Alicia here. Miss Donna has an ear infection, so she couldn't be on tonight. So we wish her, hope she gets better and stuff. So, but I have Miss Alicia, so let's find out how her week has been going.
Oh gosh, my week has been, I've been down and out. I've been sick, and I went to the doctor and they told me to suck it up, buttercup. And then I was like, well, whatever. And yeah, so just looking forward to Sunday because I get to go see Christina, Faith Hope.
Yay.
And so I'm super excited. I get to spend a couple days with her. I haven't seen her since the last time I was out there. And
You're also going to get something done out there too, aren't you?
yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm so excited. It's so exciting. We're kind of getting some similar and some different. So we just
Does she have many parts left to tattoo? I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's gonna get like stuff on both sides, but yeah, she has a lot more that she wants to do. Like she has a lot more that she wants to do. So
Well, give her a hug for me when you see her.
I definitely will. I'll be FaceTiming you.
I know. Her and the kids. The kids are just too stinking.
I know they are. I don't think a day goes by that I don't FaceTime you, Christy. So
yeah. My week has been okay. I had to step back a while away from Facebook and kind of YouTube a little bit. This will be my last show for a couple of weeks, just to get my priorities straight. So, and this fits perfectly with what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about what us lovely women go through after weight loss surgery, our moods and emotions and our body and everything else.
You did scare me a little bit today. You were like so hyped. You scared me. You were like, I was like, Christy, what's wrong with you? You're like,
I tried a new product from Muscle Gene, and it's Blue 22, and let me tell you, that sucker makes you feel like a superhero. That's for damn sure.
You were Wonder Woman for real.
I was busting it out today. Let me tell you, it was.
I think that's the first time that you have ever scared the crap out of me. You were like, hey, I was like, seriously, what is wrong with you?
It really does give you. It's a fat blocker, and it reminds me of the old stackers because it's for when you take before you work out. Yeah. And actually, I got a second bottle, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. I got to do a product review on it. I have a couple of other products that I've gotten from Muscle Gene that I need to do a product review on, but that's one of them. And let me tell you, it's. If you need that bump before you go to the gym and you're just like feeling sluggish and you need that bump, instead of going for crack or cocaine, let me tell you, go for Blue 22.
I couldn't even look you in the eye. I was like, don't give her eye contact because I didn't know what was going to happen. I was
at the gym and I was like, okay, wow. It's like,
I know. So I kind of like put that out there. I was a little scared of you today, so I was like,
hey, I felt good. It was, and then I came home and I cleaned the house within like 20 minutes. I mean, literally, I had a load of laundry done, everything put away, organized, vacuum clean. I was like, well, damn, I need to sit there and do this every day.
I know. You didn't complain about kids? I was like, wait, something's going on.
Yeah, they all went back to school today. Monkey has off tomorrow, unfortunately. They just had a week off, and then she has no school tomorrow, so.
Goodness.
But anyways, let's get into this lovely topic after I'm coming up to a year next month on the 11th. Wow, I can't believe it's been a year since I had surgery, and I think I've went through every damn mood swing possible in the book and maybe invented a few new ones. And every emotion, everything I could think of I went through. What about you? Have you experienced a lot?
Oh my gosh. It will be 3 years in June. I'll be 3 years out of my RNY. And yeah, I mean, if people see me on Facebook and are friends with me on Facebook, they have seen the crazy, I don't give a crap, I'm so sad, nobody likes me, I have too many friends, everyone wants to know what I'm doing. You know, I'm just like all over the place. You know, I cry and I pout and I'm like, I mean, I just did it. Is it today? I just had this whole like, I don't fit in anywhere. And, you know, people are like, stop. We're not feeling. I wasn't trying to get people to feel sorry for me, but, you know, I've had every emotion that you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I
you've been
think the
like me. It's
only,
every emotion you could think of plus more, right?
yeah, I think the only thing that you know, I see a lot of, and like, I'm not saying anybody in particular, but I'm just saying the only one thing that I have not come across is wanting to leave Chris. Like, that's the only emotion I have not wanted. Have I wanted to kill him? Many times, many times. But you know, you stay on your side, I stay on mine, and we're cool. So, you know.
Well, y'all been together since what, birth also, so you know how to read each other.
Pretty much. Like, he's one of the people, like, I mean, I just can't imagine even being in, you know, with anybody else. So it's just kind of like, deal with me, you know. And some days he's like, he complains, or he says, you talk too loud. And I'm like, look, you've been with me for over 20 years. And if you're going to complain about that now, you knew what it was like 20 years ago. So get over it, you know? So.
I remember the first week I came out of surgery, I was literally crying over a damn SpongeBob episode. I mean, I was just crying. I couldn't stop crying. And the mood swings, I mean, I went from happy to sad to pissed off and screaming and yelling. It was just emotional roller coaster. I felt like I was going through puberty or menopause or God, I don't know what the hell I was going through, but I went through every damn emotion there was.
The first year especially is so hard because like your body goes through so many changes. Like you know, for the most part, most people drop weight so quickly, and it's like your body is trying to catch up. My body 3 years later is still trying to be like, some weeks it's like, what are you doing? And some weeks my body does not agree with me, and you know, it's like I want to go, and my body's still like, yeah, no, I don't think so, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. It's crazy emotions and crying over nothing. Just
Major mood swings. I know I've had I still have major mood swings. I
yeah,
have highs and lows like you would not believe. It's just, it's crazy.
yeah. And you know, people around you, it's like, it's best you just walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk
I mean,
away.
even Garrett, he'll sit there and vouch for some of the mood swings. And it's like, he goes, well, I've been with you since the beginning, so I know how this goes. And I don't even know how all this goes because I'm still sitting there learning about all this too. It's like,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if you've gone through it, but this is what I've been going through the past couple of weeks. I feel like everybody's out to get you or something. I don't know. It's just this weird feeling I have deep down. It's like you feel like you got daggers in your back, and it's just like you're on everybody's shit list or something like that. And it's like, oh my God, I haven't talked to this person in a couple of days. They hate me or something like that. And it's,
Yeah. It's I think it's really hard because, like, you know, like a lot of us, you know, weight loss surgery people, like, we get to know each other, and like, you know, and because we can understand, but then at the same time, like, we may be going through those same emotions at the same time, and it's like, you haven't talked to me for a day, what did I do to you, you know, why won't you talk to me? And or, you know, it's like I sit here and something may not even be going on, and I'm like, why don't you like me? And like,
right.
I was gone, I was out of town, or I was doing this for like a day, and you know, and I go through that, and I'm like, you know, oh my gosh. And then Chris doesn't know what to, he's just like, yeah, okay, you know, I like, he doesn't, or he'll be
Little
like,
emoji roses.
you know, oh my gosh, or he'll be like, this is the thing, you know. And he's just, you know, when you're with someone for so long and they don't even know what's going on, but they're just like trying to support you the best way they know, and you know, they seek people come in and out of your life, and you know, being on social media is really hard because like Chris he doesn't do social media really. I mean, there's a few people who are my friends who he follows, and yeah, he does faces and roses, and it's annoying. I'm like, Chris, why do you do that? But you know, he'll be like, I may get into it with somebody and not really, we just clash at the moment, but then later we become friends, you know. And he's like, well, F them then, you know, and he doesn't even know what's going on, so whatever. And then later I'm like, why did you say that, you know? So he's learned to just step away and just walk away, you know. He just
steps back and be like, I ain't gonna say nothing.
But there's times where I'll sit in my room and I will cry and cry louder because I want someone to pay attention to me in this house, and they don't. They just, you know, I just want them to come say what's wrong, and they don't. And I'm like, how could you act like that and not even care? You don't even care that I'm crying. And they're like, this happens every other week, so you know, nothing new. But you know, my emotions are all over the place.
Yeah.
And you know, and then I think, well, maybe I need another antidepressant, maybe I need, you know, another pill, maybe, you know, my hormones are like, I'm going through menopause. I'm 40 years old, okay? I'm not going through menopause, but I'm convinced myself that I am.
That's what I think. I sit there and I'm going through sometimes. I'm 41 and I feel like I'm going through the change of life sometimes. And it's not the hot flashes. You feel like you're going through the change of life because one minute you're just happy and the next minute you're sad, and then God knows. I know it's not menopause because I'm freezing all the fucking time. So
well, and then kids come along and then you just want to like,
yeah. See, I have a lot of issues with my youngest one. Well, you know, Monkey, and it's like we think that she might be autistic and ADHD, and she's getting tested for it. So that's put a lot of pressure on me too, and it's drained me. And I'm like, and I've sat there and I've asked myself, and it's funny, it's like, what the hell was I thinking? 38 years old, having another kid, and I mean, good Lord, she's a handful. She's like 10 of them.
Oh, yeah, you know, and that's
nonstop.
But she's a little smarty, man.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, Monkey might FaceTime you. She might sit there and start a live. She knows how to do a live hangout on Facebook, guys.
Yeah. She apparently, what was it the other day? You were traveling from Ohio to New York, and you didn't even know it. So, you know, it's
that's one of my imaginations, my emotions. I was, you know, I'm trying to imagine.
You did say you wanted to go to New York. So, you know, there you go.
Poor Randy, she thought, she got all excited, and then next thing you know, Monkey's on YouTube, I mean on Facebook Live, and I guess she knew she was in trouble because Alicia sat there and she said Monkey, she typed it, and the next thing you know, Monkey's off there. So we FaceTime each other. I'm like, can you believe that? And then next thing you know, she takes off with my cell phone and she's calling Randy, VSG Granny.
She knew it too. She knew that I was on there because, like, I wrote it. I think she saw my face come up, you know, when I commented. I think she saw it because she kept looking around and she was like, and she talked a little bit and looked around, and then finally, I think she was only on there for like 40 seconds. But that was like the longest 40 seconds ever. I swear it was. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was crazy though, and
she put me through the ringer this week. I mean, it's every day, but I'm dreading this summer with her. It's like, I just feel like I'm going cuckoo at times, and it's like, that's why I moved my office upstairs, because I feel like I just need that space. That
because you were in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, I was in the kitchen, and I was like everything. You know, someone walked in the bathroom, they had to walk next to me. Someone went to the kitchen, I saw them behind me. It's like I had no privacy, and then, you know, the kids were into everything on my desk, and it's like, I don't know, it was just way too much going on. So, but I finally got that under control. So now I'm trying to work on this weird feelings that are going through me now. And I just like, okay, I need to step back from social media for a bit.
Yeah.
And just take care of myself. I got to figure out what the hell's going on inside here, because it's a mess. It's like, I don't like being like that. I'm one of these people that I like to be the nurturer and take care of everybody and fix everybody's problems and stuff like that. I've always been like that. I probably will always be like that, but I realize it's put a lot on me because I'm constantly thinking, how's she doing? How's this person doing? What are they thinking? Or did I do something wrong? So
yeah, I think at the beginning, like especially at the beginning, you know, you go through that, and I've gone through that a lot, and it's like you know, you're trying to help everybody else, and it's because I think one thing that happens is that, you know, when we are so heavy and we're overweight and we're, you know, like we're trying not to put the focus on ourselves, and we're trying to focus on helping everybody else. Or like for me, I was always focused on doing stuff for other people so they'll like me, you know, that was just my thing always. And so I think we go through that where we just want people to like us, and we want people to, you know, we constantly do things, and, you know, someone wants something, we're like, yeah, we're the first to say, yeah, okay, I'll do it, you know, and then later we're like, oh, why did I say that? Why did I say I would do it, you know, and stuff. And I think it comes a time like we have to like step back and be like, okay, it's time to like really focus on me. And that's a hard thing. You know, I don't know about you, but like for me, it's a really hard thing to have to focus on myself.
yeah, I've never done it before. Literally, I've never sat there and just focused on myself. This is the first time that I've had to sit there and step away from everything and like, what does Christy want? What makes Christy happy?
Yeah.
I have to sit there and do that, and I have to think about it, because you know, not everybody's going to be my cup of tea, or I'm going to be their cup of tea. I realize that, you know.
Yeah, you know, and that's the real thing. It's like, I think it's just really hard to put yourself first, you know. Especially, I think, especially when you have kids, you've automatically learned to put, you know, everyone else in front of you.
I think
So
that's the mother instinct in a lot of us that are mothers. We sit there and we take care of, you know, the kids, the family, our parents, so forth. So we sit there and we're like, okay, well, we'll take care of
I'm
this
sorry, but I am hot. It is hot in here, so I am so taking off my sweatshirt. I think I am going through menopause.
Late night show no more, Alicia. Okay, this is PG.
Okay, sorry. I'm still wearing a shirt, okay? I think I am going through menopause, okay? I think
right. But I think that's a lot to do. And you know what? I wish some of these doctors would sit there and I wish they could give us books on what we go through mentally after surgery. No one prepares you for that after surgery.
Well, you know, that's a big thing that I've been fighting, is that, you know, I think it's really hard when you know, we're going through these things and you reach out and you're like, especially like to your doctors or to whoever, like, you know, I have multiple doctors and I reach out to them and I'm like, there's something wrong with me and this is going on. And, you know, like a big thing for me has been the fact that for some reason, you know, I've tried and I share my journey a lot. Like I share what I do, and I'm very real about what I do, what I eat, my workouts, my everything, my everyday life. And the fact that I'm not losing weight is just, it's really hard, you know. And I go to these doctors that I have, and all of them tell me the same thing: you're fine. You're fine. And I'm like, no, I'm not, you know, no, I'm not. When I have to be in so much pain every single day, I'm not fine. And they continue to tell me that. And it's really hard because, you know, you have one doctor who's like a bariatric doctor. You have another doctor who's not a bariatric doctor. And, you know, and it's like, you know, but like, in your situation, you know, you had it somewhere else, so you don't have your bariatric doctor that did your surgery, you know. And the thing is, I don't have even though I do have my my bariatric team, but I don't have my actual bariatric doctor anymore because he retired, you know. So now I have a new bariatric doctor who I don't see eye to eye with, you know, and it's a hard thing because you're trying to tell one, you know, this is going on, and they're, you're fine, you're
Yeah.
fine. And it's
Yeah.
a frustrating thing, you know, and there's so
Hard with
many.
me. I have to sit there and go to my PCP and tell him, and bless his heart, he's trying to find me a bariatric doctor that will take me, because you know a lot of doctors are scared. You know, when you sit there and you say you had surgery in Mexico, a lot of bariatric doctors don't want to touch somebody that had surgery from more or less another doctor, but from another country.
Yeah.
They don't want to sit there and mess with that. So, but he's doing all his power that he can to sit there and find me a doctor that will sit there and help me. But he's also learning a lot too, because since I'm his first patient that he's ever had that just, you know, had surgery in Mexico and come to him, and I'm like, I'm going through this, and he goes, let me look into it and then I'll get back to you and then we'll work it out. I'm like, okay, so
yes, you know, and that's the thing. It's like it's it's a hard thing when you're trying to get, you know, things come up, and especially as women, like we have a lot of things come up, and I always wonder, I don't know about you, but I always wonder, like, has the surgery affected my you know, my things that are going on in my body, or does it make it different? Is it the same as somebody else? You know, there's like all those things. Or like I'm very panicky about, can I have this medication? Can I have that medication? Is that okay? You know, it's like always constantly, it's aggravating for me emotionally to have to constantly explain to every doctor that you see, I had bariatric surgery, I had this surgery, I can't have this, I can't have that, you know, and stuff. It's like, I just want to wear a sign around my neck that says, I had bariatric surgery, no, I cannot have NSAIDs, no, I cannot have this, no, I cannot have that. You know, it's just like having to explain yourself every time.
right.
It's hard, and it's like, I have gone into my doctors and cried, and they just look at me like, what's wrong with you, you know? And they tell me, you're fine. You're fine. And
You're
I'm
a
like,
little crazy, but you're okay.
I'm like, what part of like crying and just feeling like you don't want to, like this is the real. They're like, this is the real. I've gone through periods of time in the last 3 years off and on where it's like, I don't know if I want to live anymore, you know? And that's just me. Like that's part of my anxiety, my depression, and my not feeling where I want to be, and stuff. And instead of trying to help me, they just kind of like push me away. And it's a really hard thing. So, you know, I've had to like deal with it on my own. And
Yeah.
when you talk to other people, they just like, they make it seem like you're just trying to, you know, get attention or whatever. And it's like, but it's not. Like, these are my real feelings and these are my real emotions, and I can't help it. You know, I just can't help the way I feel.
Yeah. I think a lot of us are like that, and some of us don't sit there and display it as much as you do. I think because when you post stuff like that, you get a lot of comments, and I read through them, and I see some of them that go through the same thing as you, just they haven't posted it. And I think you're one of the people out there that it's a no holds bars situation. You put it out there. If it's good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, you throw it out there. And
I do, you know, I do. I get a lot of hate for it. I get a lot of hate on YouTube and Facebook, and sometimes people think I'm just trying to get attention, and that, or, you know, I've been told that I shouldn't feel that way, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. And, you know, I come across it, and it's like, it comes to the point where it's like, I'm sorry if you don't like it. I'm not trying to put these things out there to get people to like it or not like it, but these are my real feelings.
Right.
You know, and I've come to you many times and I'm just like crying, and I don't want you to fix it. I just want you to hear me out. Like, nobody hears me out, you know, and nobody
That's what I
listens.
usually do, because I don't know what the hell you're going through sometimes, and I'm just like, okay, cry to me, I'll listen. You know, I'm like, okay, I, you know, pat you on the back, and because I don't know either. I mean, I'm sitting there dealing with my own struggles and emotions that I'm going through, and it's like, you know, I mean, you can relate because you said you've been out longer, so you understand some things I'm going through, but it's like, it's just, I swear, when they give these surgeries out, they need to give a manual out on emotions and everything else that our body goes through, because I swear, it's like, I think when they sit there and they take our stomach, or, you know, whatever they do for both surgeries or all the surgeries, it's like they take pieces of hormones out of you, I feel like, because you just go, us women, we go bonkers.
Well, and that's my issue, I think, with when we have surgery. It's like they get you to the point where you have the surgery, and then after that it's like you're in like the ocean with a bunch of sharks, and you don't know what to do, and it's like they're coming after you, and you just don't know what to do. You know?
Yeah, you have to jump all these hurdles before you get to the surgery. And then it's like, after you have the surgery, okay, we'll see you in 3 months. Every 3 months, we'll see you. Do your blood work.
Because then once you get to your year, they're like, okay, we'll see you next year, and we'll see you the year after.
Sorry, you turned off the light down there.
And, you know, it's like, and you know, luckily, I mean, I have a really great nurse practitioner who's really great with me, and come in whenever you need to, if you're having, you know, but it's just like my bariatric surgeon now, he's very cold towards me. You know, he's very cold towards me, and it's a really hard thing. It's hard, you know, and this, you know, I think that, you know, when you're about to have the surgery, they don't tell you, you know, that you're gonna be having all these emotions, you know. They're like, yeah, you're gonna lose weight, yeah, you're gonna, you know, but then they don't tell you that you, just because you have the surgery, you're not gonna want to eat everything in sight. And you know, and that's me. Some days I want to eat more than my stomach allows.
You know, that's funny you said that, because before I had surgery, I remember everybody kept telling me, preaching, don't go back to the Coke, don't go back to the chips. They preached about the food, but nobody warned me about the emotions I would go through after surgery. Nobody sat there and said, okay, after surgery, you're just going to be 1 minute you're going to have energy, and the next minute you're going to be sad and crying, and the next minute you're going to be raging hell, and the next minute you're going to be dancing on the roof. And everybody warned me about the food, but nobody warned me about what goes on up here.
Well, the first few months are great, because you're like,
oh yeah, I mean, it was melting down. I was happy, chipper, and then it's like, you know, out of the blue, the crying spells happen. And
you know, I mean, you don't want to eat, like, you really don't want to eat. You could care less about eating, and you know, you're like moving. I remember my first month, I lost 50 pounds, and I was like, I mean, there was 1 week, I think I was on like week 2, I lost 17 pounds in 1 week, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, this is awesome. And my first 9 months, I was losing weight, and then it stopped. And, you know, and people who know me have known that, like, I think I was in week, I think I was 4 months out, 5 months out. I think it was 5 months out. And I had cravings for French fries. And I got shit for that. Like, there was a girl that made a whole YouTube video about me, about how I wasted my, you know, I was just taking advantage of me having surgery, and, you know, and I'm just like, because I ate like 4 French fries, you know. So like, people were talking all kinds of crap about me, and, you know, and it's like, this is real. Like, I didn't get to, I was 560 pounds. I didn't get to 560 pounds by not loving French fries and not loving food. And I couldn't just turn that off overnight, you know?
Yeah, the
And
food struggle is really hard
I
because
mean,
I still struggle with it.
yeah, it's like, how are you supposed to turn off the emotions? Like, that's the only way I know how to deal with the emotions is food. And nobody taught me any differently,
I
you
think a
know?
lot of us out there deal with that same issue. It's like that's how we deal with it. And I mean, but you know, I've seen other people that sat there instead of going towards the food, they became gym rats or whatever. They use that exercise and stuff like that. But I mean, I think we've all sat there, and especially in our past, that's how we all dealt with our emotions. I know that was how I dealt with my emotions when I was happy, sad, whatever emotion it was always celebrated with food. That's how my family was, you know, food, food, food.
But, you know, I think I really honestly like getting to know more, because my life has been mostly WLS, you know, for the last 3 years. Having all of my friends have been WLS friends, you know, and everyone I want to associate with have mostly been WLS, you know, not all, but a lot. And so I notice now that it's not just WLS that go through that, you know?
Yeah.
It's, you know, because it's people, it's, I mean, you know, we're in a group chat, and I see the girls and what they go through, and a lot of what they go through, we go through too,
Yeah.
you know? And I think, like, for me, it has helped tremendously to have a group, you know, just you find people, you find communities, you find whoever that really understand your depression, your wanting to like hurt someone over, you know, a piece of chicken or a piece of whatever, you know, it's
That's
like,
my damn
you know,
protein. Leave it alone.
right? You know, and you know, and it's just, you know, don't you dare touch my coffee. You know, I mean, come on, like us people will kill over some coffee. I mean, come on now. You know, it's like
I've
those
been
are
going after kids because they've been touching my bottled waters, and it's like I won't drink water out of the faucets
yeah,
because we have
yeah,
well water, and it's like leave my bottled water alone. It's mine. Don't touch it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so you know, I think it's just I think for me it's really helped to find those people that you know understand, and um but at the same, you know, I think another thing that's really helped me is that I take a lot of pictures of myself, like a lot. You wouldn't even imagine how many pictures there are on my phone. Oh my gosh. But you know, it's
5,000.
like I tell people, you know, I do have sometimes people come to me and they say, you know, uh, they want advice, or how do I, you know, and I'm like, first of all, I think taking a lot of pictures. I tell people pre-op and post op, take lots of pictures. Even if you don't like, you don't have to be like me and show the world. Like, you don't have to do that, you know? You don't have to show everyone everything, like, you know, but just keep it for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, the more pictures you take before, then later you're like, you can go back and you can look. And you know, I'm so frustrated right now because like I'm not losing the weight on the scale, but like I see so many differences in myself, like
Yeah.
with attitude and just my body, the way it's shaped now. And you know, and I'm like, how is that if I'm not even losing weight on the scale, you know? And
Right.
I know, Christy, I know what you're going to say to me because you always say it. Go ahead, say it.
Don't go on the scale. It's just the number. You know what? I preach this a lot, and I tell everybody because everybody's always talking about the scale, and I was guilty of it too for a long time. And believe me, it sits by my toilet, and I look at it, and it's like I maybe get on it once a week, maybe less than that. It just depends, but always use the measuring tape, guys. Always use the measuring tape. It's pretty amazing. I have measurements from before I had surgery, and I took when I started meeting my trainer at the gym. And I showed her, she had the snapshot of my measurements, and she was writing down my new ones. And she's like, oh my God, that's like a half of what you've lost since you've had surgery, or before you had surgery. And it's like, and all I kept saying was, holy shit, every time she wrote a number down, because it was just pretty amazing. So let me go through comments real quick. Okay. Linda's here. She said, hi, girls. Sherry's here. She says, hello, beautiful ladies. Ruby's here. She says, hello. Ruby says, oh, my God, so true. I'm like that, saying, yeah, I would do something for someone and think, shit, why did I say that? And why'd I do that? I feel overwhelmed straight after. Yeah, I'm the same way. And then she says, I think one of you girls should write a book about what you go through.
Maybe we'll write a book together, Christy.
Right? Michael's here, and he says, how do you deal with body image? You want to take that one first?
Oh, how do I deal with it? You know, it's really hard. Like I said, I think a big thing for me is to take a lot of pictures and go back and to look. You know, at my highest, I was in, I think the pants that I wore were like 48s, and those were tight on me. My friend Heidi had sent me a bunch of pants, and you know, and they were 48s, and I'm like, oh my gosh, 48. And now I can fit into it's so weird because like some pants, like I have gotten into a 22s up to 26. Like it's just varies in that. But like to think about even 26 and 48, like
yeah,
it sucks. It sucks that my weight on that scale doesn't reflect how I really feel. But to see, you know, to go back and look at those pictures and look at like side by sides and see that, you know, it's different. And the fact that not that I do this a lot, but you know, and not that I like to do this, but the fact that I can like stand in front of a mirror, and even if I have, you know, just my underwear and, you know, my bra on or whatever, and I can stand there and stand to look at myself, it's huge for me. And I do that often because not like often, but you know, like every once in a while I'll do that because I'll be like, for the first time I can like look at myself and not feel like really awful about myself. I don't want to say gross, because like I don't think anybody is gross. You know, I don't care what size you are. I don't think that anybody is gross, you know. It's just how we perceive ourselves. But one thing that helped me when I was starting all of this out, after I had surgery, like this happened to me actually before I had surgery. I felt so ugly about myself that I needed something to help me. And then that's when I started I put the word beautiful in front of my name, and that's where that all came from, because I felt so ugly and so awful, and nobody helped me feel good about myself. So I took it upon myself to make myself feel better. And just by using that one word in front of my name has helped me so much.
yeah.
And then the other thing I did was I wrote all over my because I have a huge bathroom mirror, and I wrote all over it and with a dry erase marker, and I put, you are beautiful, you're enough. You know, I just wrote all this stuff. And so every time I went to that mirror, it's what I saw, you know, it's what I saw. And it took a long time for me to believe those things. And the day that I was able to finally wipe those things off is the day that I actually believed all that, you know, and stuff. And I just think that it doesn't matter what other people think about you or your body. It's like that you can look at yourself and love what you see, you know?
Right. I agree.
Because we're all different, you know?
I deal with body image. Whoops. It's, I don't know. It's weird. It's like I see myself. I don't have any long mirrors in the house. So if I take a selfie, it's usually with my tripod, and I'll have to stand far away back and, you know, get that 10-second pose, you know, to sit there and get it. But I don't have any long. I just have the bathroom mirrors, you know, the short little bathroom mirrors. And the first time I saw myself after surgery was when I took my daughter to Columbus for a doctor's appointment. We had to stay overnight at a hotel. We were at the Marriott. And they had one of those big, huge mirrors right there when you walked into the shower. So I had to see myself naked going there. And I was just like, wow. I didn't. It just, I remember seeing myself before I had surgery. And it was just like, God, I mean, I could see my stomach and it was just terrible. And then after surgery, when I saw myself in the mirror, and it was just, it's like, God. And I don't like looking at myself because I still see when I look in the bathroom mirror, I still see the heavier me, you know? And I guess that's why I still hold on to a lot of my bigger clothes, but I have gotten rid of a lot of my clothes because Sherry's threatened to cut me. Not cut me, but cut my clothes off of me if she catches me wearing any big clothes. You know, and I've gotten rid of, like, I think, 3 or 4 boxes of clothes I passed on to, you know, between you and some other people and stuff. And it's like I passed it on because I was like, okay, I have to get rid of it. I know I'm wearing something smaller, but I'm still scared. I'm still scared. I have a couple of pieces of clothing that I still keep, my baggy pajamas and a couple of baggy shirts, but I'm still scared. Even though I know I could wear an extra large. I can wear a 16, sometimes a 14, just depends on how it's made. And it's like, but I don't see it. I see this. I see this. I don't see this. You know, you remember that chubby game? I'm so chubby. My mama chubby.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I look back at, because we used to do a lot of hangouts, and you know, and we would do like just you know, take screenshots and that kind of stuff. And I look back at all of us and how much different we look, and you know, and stuff, and sometimes it is hard for you know,
I think it's easier for other people to notice besides yourself sometimes.
Yeah, because a couple of people, like, in the last few days are like, oh my gosh, you must be losing a lot of weight lately because your face looks is getting like small. And I'm like, yeah, no, you know. And I was like, because I remember I told you, I was like, Christy, they're saying I look small. And you're like, well, you do. And I'm like, that scale don't say I do. So
not about the number.
I know, but you know, it's like, it's so hard.
It is hard because, I mean, I don't see the number going down. When I get on the scale, I'm still stuck in a certain number. And it's like, but I see a difference in my clothes. Because I do sit there and try those clothes on. I just don't feel comfortable walking around. And I know I have to get used to it because I'm not going to go to Nashville wearing my baggy clothes. I'm not. So I have to get used to wearing these clothes that fit me. And it's like, I know what they fit me. And it's like, I feel good. And it's a weird.
Start wearing those heels.
Girl, or I'm going to break my back on that one. Ruby says she takes a hell of a lot of pictures of herself. And Linda and Ruby both said they don't have, Ruby says she doesn't have a scale, and Linda says I never go on the scale. And then Michael wants to know, how do you deal with regain? And I'll go ahead and take that one first. Regain, me and Mike were just talking about this a couple of days ago. I have to take everything out of the house that I know that's triggering me. Spring break was last week, so the kids were home, so there was chips, there was crap in the house, and yeah, I was snacking, but I shouldn't have been snacking, and I was doing things I know I shouldn't be doing, eating while I'm drinking and stuff like that, and getting carried away. And like I told Michael, I said, I just have to sit there and clear it out of the house and just get back on track. I have to. And that's the only way I know how to deal with it. It's like I have to put myself in that. And you know what's been making me think about that? Because it's coming up to my 1 year. And this is when I started my pre-op diet before my surgery. So I've been thinking a lot like that. I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to have surgery. So I have to sit there and that's just the way my mind works. I have to sit there and think that way. I'm like, okay, gotta prep. You're getting ready to have surgery, you know. Or I sit there and I think, okay, we're getting ready to go to Nashville soon. So it's like, I gotta prep. I gotta get ready. I gotta sit there and buckle down. I should have been doing this, you know, a month ago, but, you know, life happens, shit happens and stuff like that. So I just have to find a way to prep. And I know with my classes I've been taking online, I've changed my eating a lot to more of a vegetarian / vegan type. And I think that's helped me a lot too. I mean, literally today I stuck to it pretty much. I did have a piece of ham. I took a couple bites of ham, but it was hard. And but yeah.
Day one for me. I'm not even gonna lie. I tried.
Yeah. So how do you deal with regain?
Well, I think he said, have y'all had to deal with any regain? Have you had regain?
Have you? Oh, I'm sorry. Got that one all back up. I've had a little bit of regain.
Teacher is here to help you, Christy.
At least he is my teacher. I've had a little bit of regain, not a lot, you know, but yeah, that's how I deal with it anyways. That's how.
Yeah. I've had about 20-pound regain. Which, you know, for me, I feel like it could have been a lot worse. You know, I'm trying, like, one thing that really, I know it's like, people are like, oh, you shouldn't have this and you shouldn't have that. But reality is you have it, you know. But I started eating stuff like, you know, stuff that's very slider food for us, like chips and stuff like that. And I got so addicted to like addicted to eating chips again. And I was like, I mean, I would eat a lot and that's all I would eat. You know, I would have like literally, like, I got some Gene Pro, okay? And so I was like literally drinking coffee and I was like, well, I got protein in my coffee. So, you know, it would be like that and like tons of chips. And then I know that recently, I told a lot of people, like, this is day 1, no chips, day 2, no chips. Like, I went for, gosh, it was like over a week. I had no chips at all, like none. And then it was really hard for me. And I was like, I remember I had gotten some and I ate a few and I was like, they just didn't taste as good as they did before. Yeah. And so I was like, I just didn't, instead of saying I can't have this, it's almost like I changed my mindset, like I don't want it, you know? Because like there's chips here in the house right now and I could care less about them. Yeah. So it just took a few days for me to, you know, get off of that. But like I've been drinking more water and tea and of course my coffee, because you're never going to take my coffee away from me. Mm-hmm. But instead of going to like get coffee at like say Starbucks or you know, like Black Rock or whatever, I make coffee at home. Like I strictly make coffee at home. One, I can't afford to go to the coffee places to get coffee. And two, it's like I know exactly what I put in my coffee. And so, you know, that's been helpful. And I started really, I told you I was going to track my food because a lot of times we sit there and we like, you know, you put something in your mouth and you don't track that. And then eventually at the end of the day, you know, you've eaten way more calories than you think. So,
you know what? I told you that today too, because I realized this morning I had 3 cups of coffee between coffee and creamer. Throughout the day, I've added it all up. I think it was 600 calories between the coffee, the creamer, and I did get 2 scoops of Gene Pro in today because I know I didn't meet my protein levels. But yeah, it was just like, wow. So I know I'm doing what I did before, because before I wouldn't eat breakfast, I wouldn't eat lunch, I ate dinner and I snacked at night. But I was sitting there drinking soda like friggin' crazy. I was drinking my calories, and that's what I'm doing now. Instead of it's soda, it's fucking coffee.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing.
I can't win or lose with this shit.
you know, and it does add up. And I know that like Gene Pro is really good, and it's got the protein and everything, but it's like, you know, that's what, like 100 calories right there for a scoop, which is great. But then if you add the creamer and, you know, whatever else, depending on how much you, because I love it. I don't like it like just like dark, and you know, it has to be,
Yeah,
like
mine
my
has to be
coffee's
that
like
way.
white,
I don't
you
use
know.
the correct little 2 tablespoons of creamer. No, my shit has to be like milky white. So
It's like, oh, yeah, that's about 2 tablespoons. Like, I like, yeah, that'll do, you
I
know,
need to
and
measure
stuff.
it out
And
one day
so,
to see exactly how much I put in my coffee, because I probably could cut back, but I can't do black coffee. I don't like the taste of bitter coffee like that. So it's like I have to have it sweet. So,
see,
but
I like, right now, like I'm using a almond, cashew milk, and it has like 60 calories for a cup, and which is really good. I mean,
yeah,
I
I'm
love it.
making coconut French vanilla creamer, but it only comes in a small little thing like that. It's like $3. And I'm like, that would be gone in one day.
Well, have you tried the, like the almond or the cashew milk?
You know what? I was
And
thinking about
the
getting
thing.
that. I was going to try the vanilla almond milk to see how that would taste in my coffee to replace the creamer. And it might sit there and help, but I am going to sit there and try it. So let's see what else we have here. Ruby says, sometimes you got to be the one to help yourself with self-love. I think it works the best. I agree, Ruby. It's hard, but it's true. She said chips are so addictive. Yes. Linda said coffee is my weakness. Mine too, I'll admit. And then Ruby says, yeah, I used to drink a lot of soda. Oh my God, it was so bad. I agree. Soda is terrible. It's hitting calories, people. Hitting calories. It's like alcohol. It's hitting calories. We just did a whole lesson on it. So
yeah. Can I ask you a question? Like what, as far as your, like, has your relationship with, you know, like your personal relationship, like with your husband, has that changed since before and after surgery?
no, I don't think we've changed much. Garrett likes a thicker girl anyways. I think the only thing that's changed is I get a sly comment every now and then, like, oh, you lost your ass, you're getting small. I mean, it's not bad comments. He's not like sitting there putting me down or anything, but it's just comments like that, like, you're disappearing, you know, but, you know, he's been very supportive. But he's also been my enabler too. It's like, if I want something, we were on a hangout one day and he gave me a Reese cup.
Yeah. We call him the Candy Man in case nobody knows.
And it drives me crazy because he weighs 90 pounds soaking wet, and he can have Mountain Dew and chips and candy and eat all this junk. He can eat a whole thing of ice cream in one day. And it's like, I sit there and I look at it and it goes straight to my damn thighs, you know?
Well, yeah, and you know, and that's the thing, is like I've always my whole I'm learning how to be more open with just myself, and just be more comfortable around people, comfortable around Chris. Like, I've always been taught my whole life to be embarrassed about like anything, you know, like physical relationships and stuff like that. Like, it just growing up, I've always been, you know, taught to be like, it wasn't okay, and it was just embarrassed. And so it is a big thing, you know, right now. I mean, anytime anyone would talk anything like about sex, I would be like the first one out the door. Like, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is, you know, and stuff. So it's like, I'm trying to be more like comfortable with everything. But like, I think Chris is the same way. Sometimes, like, he does it, like, I think that's the only thing he knows, is to do things to, it's like they want to make you happy, and that's the only way that they know that used to make you happy, you know. And like, he does that too. I think that when I first had surgery, it was a big change, and he had a hard time because he was like my caretaker. You know, he did so much for me. And then I got to a point where I didn't need him so much. And he was like, he didn't know how to handle it. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, his first thoughts were, well, now you're going to leave me because now you don't need me. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
he's, you know, he's my life partner, and he just is. And, you know, we may not get along sometimes, and some days I can't stand to be in the same room, and, you know, we fight. I pick over the littlest things. The other day, listen to this. We were at the store, right? So, we paid for our stuff, and he got the receipt and the change, and then we get in the car. He has a habit of just tossing receipts. I was mad at him because he didn't save a receipt. Okay, I was so mad, and he's like, why are you getting so mad? I'm like, because you didn't save the receipt. And I was like, later I was like, it was so stupid, but that's how my emotions work.
Yeah.
Like, it's a stupid piece of paper that we didn't even buy anything that like I needed to save a receipt for, but I just wanted it, you know? I just
Right.
wanted it. So
I know me and Garrett, we have our spiffs and stuff like that, and it's funny because, you know, my mom's always really worried about her kids and stuff. She's like, oh, you just got to make sure that you know, you protect yourself and this and that. And, you know, it's funny because Garrett's like, he goes, well, she ain't going nowhere. I got too much invested in her, you know? So it's like, I become like a, you know, an investment. So, but, you know, we have a weird connection. Some people might not like it. Some people, you know, don't understand it. I don't know how you want to describe it. We just have, he does his thing, I do my thing, and then we do things together. And, you know, this is new for him too. I mean, he's never had to deal with, he was in a relationship that had younger kids, but he's never had to deal with older kids. And, you know, him and Jay, they butt heads, and, you know, me and him butt heads because I want to sit there and be right too, but Garrett's always right. And so it's a hot mess sometimes, but, you know, we get it through, and that's just the way we sit there and we work, you know.
so do you agree with a lot of people in the weight loss surgery, you know, especially community, say that you shouldn't make any big decisions within the first year? So do you agree with that?
No, I can't say that because we moved from Florida to Ohio. That was a big decision. We
It
did
was.
2 moves in a year, so,
Yeah.
you know, but
I think it depends on the person. Like, I really think it depends on the person.
I
You
think
know?
so. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and say, okay, after you have a few months, you're going to sit there and get divorced. That would be a big decision to sit there and think about. But
Yeah.
you know what? I'm one of these people, you live once.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it's not going to be a fit, it's not going to be a fit. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. You know, if you got to sit there and do something, it's like you got to do it. You can't sit there and wait for something for a year. You know, there's just no way.
And I'm not moving to Ohio, just to let you know.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Well, you know what? It was a decision that we had to make for the health of, you know, my daughter, and
Well, yeah.
I'm glad because it sat there and it's gave me back my insurance and stuff. And I
wanted to say, I do, you know, we've been friends now for over 2 years, and I do have to admit, I have seen not only is it good for Sissy, and, you know, and Monkey will always just be Monkey.
yeah.
And then, but Jay, I have seen such a huge difference in Jay since you guys moved to Ohio. Like,
Yeah, he's doing football. He's doing a lot of things. So it's been a big change for him for the good too. I mean, even though he's still addicted to his Xbox and stuff like that, but he never did any sports whatsoever in Florida. He hated the schools in Florida. You know, I didn't care for the schools either, and I hated the doctors and everything else. So, you know, I love the move, and I've always wanted to come back to Ohio. I'm glad that Garrett finally wanted to because he didn't want to go as far as Tennessee.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
this was a big step for him. So he shouldn't have made the big decision the first year. So,
Right.
you know, but I think it was a good move for all of us. It's better financially, I think. you know, in Florida, we were paying over $1,000 for a rent. We got this house, we're paying less, plus we're going to own this house. So we have land and a home. And, you know, I think it's just a better move. It's better for the kids, for their health, and they're doing good in school. Monkey's getting help. I'm finding doctors that want to help me. So I think it's all around good. BSG Granny made it. Randy's here.
Yeah.
And then Sherry said, "You will come to the dark side." She was talking to you.
No,
I'm already in the dark side, girlfriend.
You know what? We have cheese in Oregon, okay? We have cheese. That is how she thinks that she's gonna get me to Ohio. We have cheese. I'm like, we have cheese here too. We have the Tillamook Cheese Factory. It's actually a pretty cool place. And it's really good cheese. But I'll see you in May. What's going on in May? What are we doing in May?
May, we're doing Nashville. We're going to the WLSFA. Hey, I said it right.
You did. Yay.
I get a thumbs up. Yay. Yeah, but we're doing that, and I'm very excited because, you know, I became ambassador for Muscle Gene, and they're going to be in Nashville with us.
So exciting.
So I'm really excited about that, and looking forward to it and seeing everybody. And
you're going to have a really awesome roommate. Oh my God.
Alicia's rooming with me with my mother and Garrett. So we're driving down. So we'll be there Thursday around noonish. That's the way we figured it out because the way we leave and stuff.
And if everything works, they're going to kidnap me and take me back to Ohio for a couple of days. That's it.
Yeah. We're not allowed to feed her mushrooms.
No of those, what are they called? The
portobello mushrooms.
No, none. I want none. I will literally run down the street. I'll be like, nope. You're
gonna run into the cornfields with the.
Oh gosh, I'm scared. I'm scared to go to Ohio now. But you know what? It's gonna be fun. I'm like really looking forward to it. It will be my first trip. Like I've never been on a plane. I've been outside of Oregon. I mean, I've been in Washington. I've been in California once. But honestly, I've never really been anywhere. So
don't forget the clowns.
Oh, you know what? You better leave. I don't want to see clowns or mushrooms. Okay, you guys? I'm telling you, if I wake up and you have like this clown mask, I'm just gonna like freak out. Oh my God.
If you wake up and you see Monkey, she's got the wild hair. She just needs the makeup on her face. She'd be the perfect clown.
Monkey is monkey. Okay,
right.
Monkey is just like.
I want to ask one question. Have you had anything weird with your body after surgery? I mean, like body functions, weird stuff that happens that you didn't do before surgery that you do now.
Well, you know what? I know this is like, guys won't want to hear this, but you know what? Since I had surgery, I have a regular menstrual cycle. I have my period, which is it's a good thing, but it's not. Don't want it. Do not want it. Like, no. I had that issue. I have PCOS, and it makes it really hard. I'm very embarrassed because of my PCOS, because part of my PCOS has been to get like the dark circles. You can't really see them much anymore. Mm-mm. But I used to have really bad dark circles on my face. And that was my diabetes too. But the dark circles and down here would be dark, and I would get like hair, like more facial hair than, and it's an embarrassing thing. Like, what woman wants facial hair where, I mean, no. And I mean, I'm not going to shave it because I'm just going to make it worse. So it's like trying to come up with these options, but now, I mean, since I had my gastric bypass, a few things have happened. One, I have no longer, like literally the day I came home from surgery, I was off all of my diabetes medicine. And when I was on medicine, I was on pills 3 times a day. I was on insulin 4 times a day. So it was bad. Like, it was bad. So no more diabetes. My PCOS is getting a little bit better because, like, now, you know, I have a regular cycle. And it's, I mean, it's a good thing, but it's not such a good thing, you know? I hate that. And, but overall, I mean, I think, you know, everything pretty much works normally. I think, I don't know,
I
as
think
far as I know.
after surgery, my skin has been so dry. And I'm not just talking about
Oh,
from
yeah.
the winter. My skin is like shriveled up old lady dry skin, you know? And
Yeah.
he's got headphones on with his phone. And then I think another thing that with me, I was never like this, but I am very gassy. Gassy coming out in both directions, burping and then the backside. It's like, I'm like, geez, Louise, I said, I've never had this much gas before. And it's
I'm okay with burping. Like, I don't burp much, but the other end, yeah, watch out. I'm like, yeah. And I used to be one of those people that, I know this is awful, like, we're talking about this, but you know what? I used to be one of those people that could, like, hold it and stuff.
right.
Yeah. You know, when I was younger, I used to always say, I don't fart. I don't fart. I just don't. And now I could care less who's around. You know what? Because I can't hold it. And Chris sometimes will come in my room like, what is that smell? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. You know, it's just, I think for me, I think it's because of the way, you know, because having gastric bypass, everything got rerouted. And so it's like, you know, your intestines, everything's like different and stuff.
Yeah.
But you ain't got no excuse, okay? They just took a piece of your stomach
Randy said
out.
the CBDs. You had the CBDs going on, the silent but deadlies.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Most
And another
definitely.
thing that happened to me a month after I had surgery, literally a month after I had surgery, Garrett said I stopped snoring in my sleep.
Yeah.
He said that automatically went away. I don't snore no more. And I was like, really? I said, I don't snore no more. And I feel like I could sleep better. I used to wake up with really bad cotton mouth, my nose all congested and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that now. But between the gas, it's like, I just don't know how to stop it. I've tried taking gas pills. That don't work no more, folks.
No.
And it's like anything healthy that I eat, like especially my vegetables, I used to have to take Miralax when I first got out of surgery and for like the first few months. I don't have to take Miralax no more. Just eat my veggies and I get.
Well, I started, I heard that, well, I got some yesterday. I got some ginger tea because I heard that it helps with like digestion and stuff like that. So, I got some ginger tea, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna taste, but it's really good. It's really good. So,
I never tried ginger tea. I wonder how it tastes.
yeah, it's really good. Like, and you can, my mom was telling me that you can actually just take a piece of ginger and, like, you know, cut a piece or, you know, shred a little bit. And Linda was telling me this too. And you can put it in water and just boil it, you know, just boil it and stuff. And then strain it. And yeah, so it's like, I mean, we like, it's like cinnamon, like I make cinnamon tea. And I take the cinnamon sticks and boil those and drink that tea. People sometimes think it's weird, but I don't know. I'm Mexican. That's what we do. Like,
Oh, no,
you know, we drink cinnamon tea.
Yeah, I've seen that with oranges. Even Mama Rose was talking about that's how she does her orange tea too.
Yeah, you know, I just, that's cinnamon. Oh my gosh, if you have not had cinnamon tea like with cinnamon sticks, it's so good. It's so good.
I like cinnamon, so I wonder.
Yeah, take it's so good. You just take a couple of cinnamon sticks, break them, put it in water, boil it, and it's not only does it taste good, but it makes your house smell so good. And Lena talks about that too, about the, you know, drinking the tea with the cinnamon sticks and stuff. So
Mama puts, she's watching and she says probiotics, 1 pill daily helps wonderfully. And you know what? I didn't know if we could take probiotics. And
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my doctor finally said that we could take probiotics. So I'm starting to add probiotic to my
yeah. When I was in the a little tip too, probiotics helps, especially if you ever take have to take some antibiotics. Make sure you take probiotic because you know, as women, a lot of times we will get like yeast infections when we take antibiotics. But if you take a probiotic, it actually helps. Because when I was in the hospital for my cellulitis, they gave me a probiotic every day while I was on the strong antibiotics, and I did not have any issues. So
same way as eating what you can eat yogurt too while you're taking
but I think the probiotic, just, you know, you just pop a pill once a day and it's you're good to go, you know, and stuff. 'Cause me, I'm lactose intolerant, and sometimes some yogurts irritate me and some don't. And you know, also you gotta look, that's extra. Like if you don't eat yogurt on a regular basis, that's extra sugar and calories and everything else when you just take a pill and not have all that. So
yeah,
you know,
it's pretty amazing because it's, especially in this community, it's nice to sit there and put suggestions out there or ask people, have they tried this or that, and it's amazing because everybody has a different form of everything. It's like with vitamins, I got tired of taking the gummies. I mean, literally, I was chewing gummies all friggin' day or dissolving a pill in my mouth all day long. Until I found the patch pills. I mean, the patch vitamins. My doctor
I know I gotta get some.
Yeah, my doctor looked at them and he said they're absolutely perfect to use. They're fine. My labs have came back and everything. So I think that's great for me because I can sit there and stick a patch on and I know I'm getting my vitamins in and I don't have to mess with it except for my my vitamin D and my omega-3. So I get those 2 in.
Yeah. VSG Granny said kefir. Kefir? Is that how you say it? Kefir?
Yeah.
Similar to yogurt. I don't know if I've heard of that. Have you ever heard of that?
No. Well, actually, I have heard of it in my class, and I'm trying to think. They were talking about that because they were talking about mica too. Was a good. Oh, I have to go through my notes and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
But mica was another good thing to sit there and take too, and it was full of all kinds of miracle stuff. So it's like a powder form. You could it looks like a root. It's some kind of root. It looks like almost like a beet, but you put it into this powder form. You could bake with it and stuff like that. It's supposed to be really good for you. So I think it's called mica or maybe it's sound mica. I can't remember. I have to go through my school notes to find it. But yeah. Wow, we're already
Oh, she says kefir is pronunciation.
Very healthy in many ways, including probiotics. Huh, I'll have to look into it.
And then Linda said, beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. You know, Linda is the fart queen, okay? She is like the fart queen. So anyway.
Yeah, so, but I know that's just been a couple of changes in me. I just know my skin is really dry now. I stopped snoring, and I'm very gassy with burping and the other direction. Those are the 3 major.
I used to have to wear a CPAP machine when I was, I want to say 36 or 37. I had to use a CPAP, and they actually because my doctor was actually like this close to scheduling me for surgery to have a tracheotomy because I wasn't I would stop breathing so many times at night. He was like, I have no other choice because you're gonna die. You are gonna die if you do not use this CPAP, because I'm very claustrophobic, and he told me if you do not use this CPAP, you will die. And I can't sit here as your doctor and allow that. Like, I can't sit here and not do something about it. So
Right.
and I was like, please, I had to beg him to give me one more chance and to use that machine. And I did. And now I don't have sleep apnea anymore.
Randy wants to know, she said, sorry, this is too personal and your need to respond, but how's your sex drive? I'll say rabbits.
Mine is, I don't have one. I don't have one, and it's a hard thing. And I talked to my gynecologist about it, and I just don't have one. And yeah.
She said she's still looking for hers.
Well, if you find mine, send it my way, okay? So, just saying.
But you know what? After I had surgery, I didn't have one for, I would say, up to 9 months. When I hit 9 months, that's when I found it.
Yeah. But see, also the thing for me, I think that kind of works against me. So I was sexually abused as a child, and
she said no.
No, you're not keeping it. I was sexually abused as a child, but also I was always taught as a child that we're supposed to be ashamed of like our body and like that whole thing and stuff. So I think that kind of has always stuck with me, to be ashamed of it and stuff. And yeah, and she better, if she finds it, she better give it to me, because and also she better watch out. Well, actually, I better watch out, because she has promised me in Nashville that I'm getting big, sloppy, wet kisses from her. So I'm going to wear my bib when I see her, because,
I can't wait to see Randy. I just love her to death.
I don't want sloppy, wet kisses. Okay, maybe from Randy. Yes, I do. So,
yeah.
Whatever.
All right, well, God, we've been on here for over an hour, so I think we're gonna.
Hello. Did you know that Alicia? Did you know that Alicia was going to be on? Alicia can talk, so hello.
But you know what?
Thanks for having me on.
I think this topic can go on and on and on, because we go through. I think we go through more changes than the men do. I really do.
Yeah.
I think we sit there and we go through. I love to be loved. Just saying, wink, wink. Mama Rose said she loves to be loved. Just saying. But
I cannot wait to meet her and give her big, huge hugs in Nashville. She's been an important part of my.
Her and Connie were the first people I ran into in San Diego last year. Yeah. And I sat there and saw them both walking down, and all I could sit there and go, Mama Rose and Connie.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I always remember from her is that she called me the night before I had my gastric bypass, and I was so scared, and she prayed with me, and it's always been like, she's always been a very important person, like someone that I could always like turn to and call and talk to, and she may not always, it's like one of those things, like people may not always tell you what you want to hear, but they tell you what you need to hear. And for me, she has always been that person who, like, I may not always wanted to hear what she has to say, but when we were done talking, I knew that it was, it was what I needed and stuff. And so she's just been a huge part of my life, and someone that I think so many of us can just like reach out to, and she's such an amazing person. Her and her sister are
to Mexico. They prayed with me, so I loved it. I thought that was amazing. Randy says, I'm even waxing my upper lip before I give you those big sloppy kisses, and kisses for Mama Rose too, and you too, Christy. Watch out.
Right. You better
make sure I bring my homemade lip balm, girlfriend. I'm gonna bring my lip balm.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for being on. I mean, I really appreciated it, and I think it's a really amazing topic, and maybe we could sit there and do like a part 2 of this, because there's just so much more that we all go through, and I know we were just talking about us, the me and you, and maybe next time we sit there and we bring this out, maybe we could sit there and get some other questions from other people out there that are going through it and want questions and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty good topic. Maybe we need to get the guys on here to sit there and do one just to see what they go through, just to see.
Yeah.
It might be a 20-minute show, but, you know, we'll just see.
Right? They don't have nothing, you know. Boys versus girls.
The battle of the sexes.
We'll just give them pow-pows, and then that'll be it.
I don't know who is going to be on next week. Like I said, I'm just taking a small little break just to clear my head and get back to finding who Christy is. So, but I know it's going to be Donna and Michael, but I don't know who they have. So once I find out, I'll do a banner and maybe a trailer. I know I haven't been keeping up with it. And I'm trying to get better, guys. It's just
get ready for Nashville.
Yeah, between getting ready for Nashville and schoolwork and Monkey, it's been kicking my butt. It's literally, and thank God I got one more week of school left, and then I start another course next month, and then I'm done for a while. So I'm really excited about that. So, but I was about to sit there and say you're going to be on Real Talk Food Network Thursday, but that ain't gonna happen. So I'm sure Alicia has some videos coming out.
Well,
I know I got a couple.
We're gonna do, like, we did a Q&A. I had the girls on with me. I had oh Lord, what now? I had Linda and Christy and Sherry on. Yeah. And I know that we want to do another Q&A maybe in a couple of weeks. And, you know, we talked, though, about alternating channels on doing the Q&A, and I just think that that would be a lot of fun. I know that I had asked Donna, I want Donna to come on and, you know, and bring her craziness on, too. And so I think it's a lot of fun. I think, you know, we definitely need more girls Q&A, and just because we act silly and crazy and, you know, whatever. So
Randy wants to know, Monkey didn't call me today. Is she okay? Yeah, she went back to school today, so.
I know I didn't see her all day. Are you sure she's all right, Christy?
She's good, I promise. She's still kicking. She's just downstairs, so.
I did hear her, though, so, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and we will see you guys next Monday. Bye.